Good morning, crafty friends. It is Alicia, but as always, you can call me Crafty Al. I am so glad to already see many of you over in the chat box chatting away. Hello to everyone who is here already. I do see that Jill likes my blobs. I know that Danny enjoys those too. Today, though, we are going to be using my new abstract botanical stamp and stencil bundle, but instead of the blob stencil, we're going to be using kind of like the detailed or the outline stencil. Now, before we get started, if you are watching this on replay, you might want to skip ahead. Once I can later, I will add chapters so you'll know where to go. But for now, if you are here with us live, make sure that over in the live chat box, you have it on live chat and not top chat. That way you're seeing the latest messages. And there is a poll at the top. If you want to see me use brights or pastels today, you might have gotten a small glimpse at the color combos I've gotten out already, but I'll go ahead and show you those again. If you haven't voted, you can get an idea. Maybe I should have called these bolds. I'm not sure about brights, but we're either going to go pastel, which it looks like I've already used here on the card that I made when I shared all the details about the bundle. And then here is the card that we made yesterday on my live. I do have a playlist of all my abstract botanicals cards. I will link that in the description box once the video is over. So I'll give you a minute or so to get voted on what colors you would like to see me use today. I will be stamping the botanicals in whatever inks we choose. And I will be doing the sentiment with an embossed silver, if that makes a difference to you. All right. Also, don't forget, if you ever really need my attention, please put my name in all caps right at the beginning of your message so I know that you definitely want me to answer it. I will look over every once in a while at the chat box just to see what's going on. But there are probably people in that chat who can actually help you too. And thank you to everybody who has already pre-ordered. I am blown away. I'm really surprised that it wasn't just my family and very close friends ordering to throw me a bone. I cannot wait for you guys to get these and show me what you make. I have tons of ideas in my head, and I hope to go live quite a few times over the next, I think we have about a week and a half left to order to give you some ideas. Now, I won't be going live tomorrow because I have a lot of stuff going on this weekend. And that's what I'll tell you about now while you're still voting in that poll. So tomorrow night, you might have noticed at the slides in the beginning, I will be on live with Mary Gunn of Craft Roulette. It is a YouTube channel here, and every Friday night, if you've never seen it, they play a fun impromptu craft game, improvisational, that's what they call it. So there is a wheel and there are 4 different parameters, and Mary and I will create something on the spot tomorrow night using whatever 4 parameters the wheel brings us. So make sure to set a reminder for that. I will put that link in the description box later. I didn't plan ahead 100%. And then Saturday during the day, which I'm super nervous about this one, I will be doing a live presentation for Cat Scrappiness at the Card Maker Success Summit. So if you have signed up for that Success Summit, why don't you put a number 1 over in the chat box, and hopefully I'll see you there, right? I am up at 12:20 p.m. Central Time. So yeah, I have my project ready for that, but tomorrow I have to kind of prep things. I'm going to make it like it is, like a daytime talk show on TV where they have the food, but it's already actually in the oven baking. So I need to have some stuff done for that. I need to make like a t-shirt for Saturday. I want to try to make something fun to wear for tomorrow night. So we'll see. I hope I make it through the weekend. I do hope to come back on Sunday with another abstract botanicals bundle project. All right, a couple of you I see are going to be going to the Card Maker Success Summit. Awesome. So let me see where we're at with the poll. We'll give it another minute and then we will end it. This is the first time I've ever, that I remember, done a poll actually live online. So hopefully we can figure it out together. Right now, it looks like we're 67% for the brights or the bolds. I am wearing, you might have already seen it if you joined Lisa and I for Oh So Inspire, but one of my new merchandise shirts. I do have it linked in the description box if you're interested. Thank you for Danny to being here. Danny is the moderator, so I think she can probably help you out with any questions. And we usually don't get troublemakers in here, but Danny has the power to get rid of them. I see I have some channel members. Welcome, Pat, Anita, Tammy, and Valerie. Thank you so much for being here. All right, let's go ahead. It looks like Bright's won with 62%. Should we go ahead and get crafty? Let's change the camera. All right, so we are going with Brights. I'll put the pastels to the side and we'll talk about what I'm going to use today. So here is a look at the bundle. You will get the 6x8 stamp set and the 2 stencils that go with it. Like I mentioned before, so far I have showed you how to use the blobs. Today we are going to use the detail ones, or the ones that are meant to fit right around the images. There is one for each of the botanicals. Now later, I'm going to show you how to place your order and add the discount, because if you do the pre-order, you can save 15%, but you have to do the discount when you order. Oh, thank you, Karen. I tried to find some different colors. Yes, and it was actually hard to find 7 colors that went together. Thank you for noticing. Okay, we're actually going to kind of follow the sample that is on the packaging. So we'll have this botanical, this one, and here. And then later you can help me decide on a sentiment. I think let's go ahead and get started. I will be using my MISTI today. You do not have to have a MISTI to use this set. I just find it's easier. And I know that they're a little pricey, but I did save up for this, and I have to say it has been worth every cent. I do want, oops, that's loud. I do want these to overlap a little bit. So I'm going to set them up in kind of an odd way. And you might wonder why, but I think it's going to make sense. So first of all, I will be cutting this piece of cardstock down later. So I'm going to try to get it as close to the center as I can. And I want the stamped images to be super close together. Let's see how I can do this. What I want to do, I only want to pick up the side ones for now. This made sense in my mind. You know what? We're going to hold that middle one down with the, no, that won't work. You know what? We'll just take this off for now. Now I know where the edge ones were. Sorry, guys. I haven't yet actually made a sample card using this layout. And then what we're going to do is we're going to stamp with the 2 outside colors. So now I don't have to worry when I ink these up about getting ink on the center one, because we will add that later, but on the other side of the MISTI. All right. Let's go green and purple on the outside. And I probably will stamp these twice. I have used 2 of the stamps before, but one of them I have not. I want to make sure they get a nice solid stamp. And since they're new, sometimes they have those oils on them. Oh, and I just inked that up with the wrong color. I was looking like outside like this, but wrong color. Let me try again. Hey, at least I caught it, unlike yesterday, right? I did fix yesterday's card for the thumbnail, and honestly, you could barely tell that the green was a different shade. It was just slightly different. Welcome, Lisa. Thank you for being here. Oh, now while I have you on here, I know some of you probably are not, but if you are on TikTok, I would appreciate a follow. I did finally hit 1,000 this morning, and I want to go live there maybe starting in March, but I'm going to be sharing just different videos over there, maybe do some quick lives. So I will have that linked in my description box below, and you can guess when I'm going to do that. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to flip my MISTI around. This way, if I want to mass produce this card, I don't have to set the stamps up, stamp those, and then set the center one up and stamp those. I can just turn my MISTI around. So this, I'm going to do the middle one, and I want them to be kind of close together. And kind of centered in there. There we go. And for this one, I will bring in the blue ink. Welcome, Teresa. Yeah, Mary, I just have been on TikTok for like 2 weeks now. I should have probably never went there because it's another one of those rabbit holes, but there is some fun stuff over there. And I like to watch, for some reason, I love to watch people make tumblers with like glitter and stuff. I follow so many tumbler makers. All right. So there we have our images all stamped. And like I said, I'm just going to go ahead for now and leave the stamps on here, because later when I'm doing the ink blending, if I think that I need to make my images darker, I still have these set up exactly where they need to be. All right. Now we're going to bring in the, oops, this. So when you get your stencil, you're going to know which the right way is, because it is etched at the bottom, that it is etched at the bottom which stencil it is. So we are going to find the ones that go with this. So like that one. And I'm just going to try to center my stencil around that image as best as possible. And I'm just going to put one piece of tape today because we are going to be using the Post-it notes again, and those actually kind of help hold stuff in place. Now, I do have to get out some new Post-it notes today because my ones yesterday lost their stickiness. But what I'm going to do here is cover up all the areas where I could over blend onto the rest of my card. Yeah, Karen, I understand you on keeping up with social media. It is crazy. But I just thought I would put it out there if any of you are on TikTok, that I do share over there now. So now I have it all covered up where I could possibly ink blend over. Now, if you were on yesterday, you know that I shared with you my Dollar Tree brushes where I was, worried about the color coding, and I said I was getting new waffle flower ones, and look what came about an hour after the live. So on TikTok, I did actually show a little video of me putting these into my holder here. So I'm going to get out the purple, the blue, and the green. And it's almost a shame that I'm going to get these pretty bristles all stained now with color. And I'm going to do my best to set them with their ink colors, so I do not get them mixed up. All right, we're going to start with the purple. Now, one thing I like about using the Post-it notes is I have something super handy. If the ink on my brush is too dark, I can just wipe it off here to the side. I see some of you do already have these brushes. I know Danny does because she's the one who let me know about them. Looks like Heather has them. Awesome. Oh, Lisa, it's fine. You didn't really push me into it. I mean, I know you kept saying I should go over there, but I'm having fun. I'm glad you told me about it. All right. I'm going to keep this just kind of light, which, wow, these work really nice. They did keep that nice and light for me. And I'm going to put this purple brush to the side so I don't get a different ink color on it. And now I'm going to move my stencil. I think we'll go to the other side. So just have to. It's pretty easy once you get the hang of it to tell which blob. Oh no, I got purple on there. Look at that. We're gonna have to fix that later. I did not do enough sticky notes. I got to be more careful with that. We'll probably put an embellishment over that, or I will try to get out my mono sand eraser. But again, this is live crafting. Stuff is going to happen like that. Sure to cover up this right there. Right. Yeah, Teresa, I almost got the Tailored Expressions ones. Why did I? You know what? I think these might have been cheaper, and I liked how the whole brush was the color. I think that's what the difference was. I'm all about a bargain. I do like their brushes, though. We did use those at Stamp Joy, and they work very nicely. Yes, an embellishment opportunity. Exactly, Danny. It looks like a lot of us like to add embellishments over ink smudges. Make it work, right? And then shift it a little bit. So I'm just going to fix it and put it back on the tape here from the front. I might have to get out some more sticky notes for this one. I did it. Put away my green. And now my blue brush with my blue ink. Hello, Jamie. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for taking a chance on me with the stamp and stencil set. We haven't been going too long. I'm still just stenciling. We still have some die cutting to do and some other stamping and embossing to do. All right. We ready to see it? So there it is, all finished. It is a little bit off center, but we will take care of that when we do the die cutting. Awesome. Okay. I think so we know where we can put our sentiment. Let's go ahead and die cut this. I'm going to be using my Hero Arts Infinity dies. And beforehand, I did pick out 2 sizes I wanted to use. When I'm doing that and I'm crafting, when I'm on video, I just flip them over so the back is to me. I'll be using these 2. And I'm just going to try to center this. The tape that I am using is Scotch removable tape. I love this stuff. It does not tear your paper or your cardstock, and it can be reused. It's kind of like the Post-it notes. I use this until it no longer sticks. And since I'm going, okay, this is silver foil paper, but it kind of messes with the lights. I'm going to turn it over. But since I'm going to be heat embossing the sentiment with silver, I thought I would use the next die for the matte with this. And I need to get that tape back. Now, this silver foil paper, I noticed that it gets wrinkles in it, but I'm not going to worry about that because I am sure that it will flatten out and only a little bit is going to even be showing around the edge of the card. Oh, help if I put the die side down. That is true, Caroline. We do. They are a work of art for sure. Oh, Dan, okay, so I didn't tag you before. There was a question about how hard you press down. Since I had never used these brushes before, I was kind of light-handed with them until I found out kind of how much ink they put down. And honestly, I think they put down a little bit less than my other ones. So that was nice that I didn't go too dark at first. And then you can always press harder or add more ink to get a darker shadow. So you'll see here it has some wrinkles, but hardly any of that's going to show, but it will just be a little matte right around there. I hope that helps with the pressing down. Okay. Now let's go ahead and get our sentiment done. But because we already have these set up in my MISTI, I left the stamps in my MISTI thinking I might need to go back over these and make them more bold, but because the brushes work so nicely and didn't lay down too much ink, I don't even think I need to do that. So I am going to go ahead and take these stamps out of here. But again, if you were going to mass produce these cards, you would go ahead and just stamp lots of these all at one time. And then when you were done with that stamping and ready for your sentiments, you could remove these. I'm going to end our poll from earlier because I'm going to have a new poll for you. I thought these polls were easier than me trying to ask you what you think and then trying to count as you answer, which I don't know if I'll be able to do that because it's not wanting to bring up my poll box. Oh, there we go. All right, so what sentiment? And I'm going to look at my options here. How about, I always like to make cards that I can send for any occasion. So what about, what did we use yesterday? I do not want to do the same one as yesterday, which was thinking of you. So how about you've been on my mind or just a note? So over on the poll, I'm going to put mind or note. And if you will vote once it is up, that would be awesome. So let me know if you're seeing a poll. You might need to refresh your live chat. Darn it. I was hoping I could just put that. Oh, there it popped up. All right. Sorry. Never done that live before. I'm very new to polls anyway. So if you will answer that poll, I'll give you a couple minutes. So it's just a note or you've been on my mind. And I'll look through the comments here real quickly while you're doing that to see if I missed anything. Oh, and Danny, now I see you did put my name in all caps. Sorry. But yeah, if you do tag me like you did, where you type in at call me crafty owl, then it definitely, I noticed it. I forgot to mention that. All right. We'll give it another minute or so. It's pretty close. It's pretty close right now. Just a Note is winning by 2%. I'm glad the poll popped right up. Oh, guys, if you have not voted, please vote because it's 50-50 right now. So let me know you've been on my mind or just a note. Yeah, so that's true. What Danny did when she needed to get my attention, she started typing in, she did the @ sign and then started typing in call me crafty owl, and it should pop up my name, and that will definitely get my attention in case I don't see the all caps Alicia. All right, we're going to stop now because it went back up to 52. So we're going to do just a note. Oh, there it goes to 54. So just a note on today's card. Let me end that poll. All right. Now, like I mentioned before, we're going to be doing a little heat embossing. So even though this ink is probably fine, I'm going to go ahead and just hit it with some heat. So I'm going to go on mute here for a little bit so you don't have to listen to that. What I'm hoping that does is, you know how embossing powder likes to stick to everything. I'm hoping that even, if that ink around the shadow was wet, then the embossing powder would have stuck there. Now it's easily fixed, like with this simple sentiment with a dry brush, but I'm just going to help it along. For this, oh, Rhonda, freezing rain, yuck. Hope you stay inside and safe and warm. I'm going to put it over here just because I think in my mind there's a little more white space over here, but it's probably actually not. Make sure it's straight across. I'll be using the Cat Scrappiness embossing powder tool for this. I do have to prep it a couple times to get the powder up in there, but then it's already up in the brush. It's going to kind of go a little extra around where I might get powder. I'll be using a Versamark today for my embossing. It's just what I started with, so I always use it. Let me know your favorite ink to emboss with. And who else uses these trays for embossing? I think I'm pretty old school still having one of these and not using like a coffee filter or just a piece of paper. But I've had this thing forever, so I'm going to use it. just going to check and see. I think it looks pretty good. I don't see any stray little flecks. I have not tried the white ink with white powder. Somebody suggested that the other day, and I do need to try that. And I'm going to mute just once again so I can melt my powder. All right, Danny, I thought you had one of those trays too. And Alessa, I see you have one, but you put a coffee filter in it. So you're doubling up. I have one of those. I have a generic Swiffer cloth that I keep on my desk to wipe out the excess powder from my tray. Because, you know, even when you go to put it back in your jar, not all of it goes back in there. Awesome, Rhonda. I hope you can get off work early. That'd be nice. And it would keep you safe. I do not like driving in bad weather. I'm going, you know, in March to Iowa to do Stamp Joy with my mom and my sister. And the only thing that's going to mess that up is if like we get snow or something, because I will not. Oh, you know what? Okay. So now I have to see if I can fix that or if I'm gonna have to cover it up. So I have a mono sand eraser. I'm not sure if any of you have these, but it's kind of like, I mean, it's kind of a sand texture, kind of a rough texture. Sometimes you can get rid of stuff like this. Again, if we can't, I will probably just put some embellishments over here, but I'm hoping, I try to go at it at a few different angles. I just turn my card. Yeah, it's lightening up for sure. All right, you know what? Since I got that almost completely up, what I want to know for embellishing is, should we use some of the splatter stamps from the set? Or, you know, I love these, my Elizabeth Craft Designs glitter dots, where the inside is clear with some glitter and then there's a silver outside. Let's do another poll. Now I'm gonna, so do you want to see splatter or glitter dots? All right. All right. Ooh, Danny already snuck in there with her splatter stamps. Yeah, so just vote on that. And I mean, you've seen me use these yesterday and you've seen me use these. So I just want to know what you thought. So we'll put the card in the middle. So the splatters or silver embellishments. If you are just joining us, I will be showing you after I make the card how to place your order correctly and get your code put in. Because if you are going to pre-order and save that 15%, it is something you have to do at time of checkout. So we're going to go over there and I'll show you that later once the card is done. And if you are just joining us, tomorrow night, I will be on Craft Roulette, and Mary actually pre-ordered a bundle to give away. and Jamie matched it. Now, Jamie has a video up on the Not Too Shabby channel, and she said that even if you have already pre-ordered the bundle, if you win hers, she'll give you store credit for it. So even if you've already gotten the bundle and you're like, well, I guess I don't need to watch then. No, you need to be over there and watching. It is the 100th episode of Craft Roulette. So it's a big event, and I think we're celebrating Mary's birthday as well. All right. Oh my goodness. Once again, it's right around 52%. So don't forget to answer in the poll. So if you want those splatter stamps, answer in the poll. The glitter dots will tie the sentiment with the whole card. Yeah, I think both will work nicely. I just thought to have a little extra shine around the outside would be nice. I have to try to, if I am going to use a splatter stamps, I have to try to start thinking of where I will use those at. All right. Right now it's 52% glitter dots. So if you think it should be splatter stamps, you probably better answer that poll. Let me show you. It looks like the glitter dots are going to win. So I do want to show you the other cards. So here I use the splatter stamps with just the black ink, like the botanical and the sentiment. And then yesterday I used them with just some different colors that I had used on the card. Oh goodness, we're 50-50 people. We are 50-50. Okay. Both. I don't know. You know what? I could go ahead and use the splatter stamps and see if I could add on any of the little glitter dots later. We'll do that. All right. I think for this, I am going to go back to my MISTI because I want to try to use all 3 of the splatter stamps. So that means I can set this up at just one time and stamp it. I always went, well, unless I have to stamp on the edge, I always try to keep it in the lower right up in there, just in case I can't use my magnet, which I think I might be able to use it right here, but you know, sometimes it will interfere with the stamp if it's too close. I'm gonna make sure it's in the corner with my magnet. Get out the splatters. So I think since I already have the silver here, I'm going to use the smallest splatter stamp there. And I have a lot of room over here, so I'm going to use the one with more splatters over in this area. And then we will use the final one up here between those two. I try to keep it in a triangle shape. All right. Sorry, my desk is shaking there. It's shaking the camera. Oh, yes, Danny, I am going to be silver embossing these. Great minds, right? I guess I didn't have to pour my powder back in so early. Check it for extra powder. I think it looks good. All right, gonna go do my heat embossing. Oh my goodness, sorry, that camera really got to going. So there it is with our little embossing dots, our little splatter dots. So I don't know. I'm not sure that it needs any more sparkle. I think I'm just going to leave it here for now, because now at least you've seen me emboss the stamps from that set. And I think we can go ahead and start putting our card together. I'm just going to use an A2 top fold for this. And again, that's that silver paper. I'm just going to try to keep it down as much as possible from the lights. Thank you guys for your kind words about the card. When I go to place something down, when I have my ATG adhesive, since it is pretty strong, what I like to try to do is get 3 even edges. And when I think I have that, I lightly place it down to see what I think, and then I will press it harder down. So there is a quick and easy shiny card using that bundle. Now let's go ahead and I will show you how you can order it and get that code put in. So we'll go back here. Hello, if you have not seen me yet today, I am here in my crafter merch. Don't forget this shirt is linked in the description box if you want to let people know that you're a crafter. But what we're going to do, and try to share a different screen, I'm going to show you how to put in the code. We're going to pause that. So in the description box of this video, if you show more, it's going to say pre-order your bundle today, and then it gives you the code, which is CMCA15. That stands for Call Me Crafty Al, 15% off. So you're going to want to click on this link right here, and it's going to bring you to the Not Too Shabby shop. And you have an option, which I totally forgot to tell you about. So here in just a minute, I'll share the sneak peek of the class cards with you. But when you do your pre-order, and by the way, the pre-order is the only way to guarantee yourself a bundle. So there might be a few left over when they get ordered. But again, if you can guarantee yourself this way. So we will, okay, so I asked you, do you want the class? The class adds $5 and you are going to get a bonus SVG cut file for the botanical images. I will have a special video to show you how I make my templates and use those SVG cut pieces, but I think it's definitely worth it. And if you go ahead and add it, you'll say, yes, I want that class, and add it to cart. Now, when we go to the cart, you have to make sure that right down here where it says apply coupon, that you click the down arrow. because you have to do this ahead of time. And then you're just going to type in CMCA 15. And mine already had it. And then we're going to apply it. And you'll see now it has taken $630 off the total. So the discount, it pays for that class. So you may as well go and get it. The class, which and then you would check out and do all that. But let's go ahead and look at the sneak peek of the, I must have closed that down. It's not showing up here for some reason. Sorry, guys. Yesterday I had this already. Oh, okay. Here it is. Okay. So this is a little sneak peek at the cards from the class. This will be a pre-recorded video that you can watch whenever you want and however many times you want. So you maybe like watch it once the whole way through and then come back and rewatch it for the cards you want to recreate. But you'll see up here on the top left is the card where I will be using the SVG. Now, if you don't have an electronic cutter, you can also fussy cut these and get kind of a similar look. If you don't have an electronic cutter, maybe a crafty friend or family member does and can help you out. All right, so there's a look at that. And I'm back. So yeah, just make sure if you're going to pre-order, get that discount code put in ahead of time, save yourself some money, and you kind of get the class then included in it. Let's see if we have any other questions over here before I go. I'm glad you're happy about the SVGs, Valerie. I thought it would be a nice added bonus for that class because I know I had already made them for myself. So I'm like, Jamie, why don't we do this? And she's like, of course, let's do that. So, all right. Open the listing. Jamie, what do you mean by that? Did I forget to show something at checkout? Let me know down there. Have a drink of Diet Coke while we're waiting, but here I'll go ahead and show you the card up there. So much shine. Don't forget, tomorrow night craft roulette. Saturday during the day, I will be doing the live presentation for Cat Scrappiness at the Card Maker Success Summit. I don't know if I'll be able to see the comments you guys leave, but it would be nice to have some extra support there because I am beyond nervous. Like I have been nervous about this for months since I found out. Oh, yes. I could have opened the listing for the photo. Yes, duh. Thank you guys. Yeah, so if you go to the Not Too Shabby site, there are other photos of the bundle, and one of those is the class preview. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, well, I think we might be ready to close down for today. Once again, thank you so much for joining me. I love to see so many familiar smiling faces, nice kind of people over in the chat. And I do rewatch this later once the chat has it takes a while for the live chat to be linked to the replay video, but once it has, I do go back and watch the video and read all of your comments. So I do appreciate those, even if I don't get to them all now. But I hope you have a crafty day. Don't forget, if you're on TikTok, I will have my TikTok account linked in the description box later, and I would love a follow. Until next time, I hope you're all having a crafty day. Bye-bye.